Hey everyone, Richard here. So today I have a appreciation video subscriber contest entry for Symphonic Elk. This is for his 200 subscriber contest. I haven't commented on a lot of your videos recently. I've been really busy, but I have been watching. I think you've actually passed 300 subscribers now, so congrats on that. A whole nother milestone hit. But yeah, I just wanted to show my support and get an entry done for you. So pretty simple contest. Be 18 or older, like every other contest you see. Be subbed to Symphonic Elk, which obviously I am. He wants us to make a link to our video in his comment section, which I'll do that once I get this posted. And then he had two sort of interesting things he wanted us to do. The first one, he wanted us to show us a comic that was culturally significant, either to us or just sort of in general. I thought about this, and one comic came to mind. I don't actually own this comic, but it's been a topic of conversation for me professionally before. That comic is NFL Super Pro number 6. This comic was actually recalled. I'll show a picture of it and basically tell you a little bit about it right now.
Alright, so the picture you're seeing is the cover of this book. I'm basically just going to summarize the complaints of the Hopi tied to this issue. So in this story, the Kachinas are portrayed as evildoers who attack their enemies with high-tech bows and arrows, chainsaws, and knives. The ice skater in the story, who is also Hopi, is eventually rescued by a dashing Anglo muscleman. That muscleman is in red, white, and blue football uniform with the NFL logo right front and center. The tribe is represented as running a gambling casino, which is something the Hopi absolutely don't have. And the members are dressed in traditional clothes of their arch rivals, the Navajos, which is obviously a pretty big sticking point and a glaring error. Leah Jenkins was the director of the Hopi Cultural Preservation Office at the time, but he said his biggest complaint of the whole issue was that eventually the people wearing the Kachina outfits are unmasked, which is an issue to begin with, but then they're revealed to have a muscular white body, which is also bad. A non-Hopi person portraying a Kachina. So yeah, even by standards then, that's pretty bad and completely understandable why this was recalled. Fortunately, it had already been on the stands for lots of time by the time it got recalled, so they're all over the place and the damage was done. But yeah, so that's basically that.
So yeah, that's the comic. I've mentioned in some of my other videos, but in case someone's not familiar, I actually have a background in archaeology. That's what I study, that's what I do for a living, and working with the Hopi is something I do on a fairly frequent basis. So being a comic collector and then also having this connection to the Hopi, it's sort of an interesting dynamic, especially because they have a very long memory and they remember this incident and it's not done with for them. So it's kind of a shaky ground, if you will. It's just sort of an interesting story of know what you're doing when you put something out there. Just because you might not think you're doing something wrong or whatever it is. Yeah, just be aware. Clearly Marvel wasn't at the time. I know the author still thinks they got upset because he was too accurate in his depiction, which clearly wasn't the case. There's actually an interview of him talking about that, saying they got angry because I was too accurate with my story and blah blah blah. Really a poor response to a mess up. But yeah, that's my culturally significant comic. Hopefully that's sort of what you were looking for. It's what came to mind. So let's show something completely different now. You also wanted to see a comic in our collection that's under $10. That's sort of our favorite comic. There's a lot of those in my collection, but one came to mind immediately, and it's this one right here. X-Men Legacy 262. It's a Mark Brooks cover, and I chose it purely because I think it's an extremely underrated cover. It got a little buzz a while back, but it's definitely cooled off, and it's still probably my favorite Rogue cover of all time. So yeah, that's my under $10 comic. And the last thing he wanted us to do, something I always like doing when I can, I like seeing it in contests, give shout out to some newer YouTube channels, people under 100 subscribers. So my shout outs are going to be to the Crimson Comic. At the time of making this, Crimson Comic has 53 subscribers. There'll be a link in the description to their channel. Go give them a sub, go check them out. and also to Daz the Key Chaser. He recently left a comment on my videos saying he was a low-grade, quote-unquote channel, and he's a great up-and-coming YouTuber, so definitely go check him out. I'll give him a subscribe, and yeah. So anyway, congrats again to you, Symphonic Elk, on I guess 300 subscribers now. You have a great channel. You're gonna keep growing, and take care, everyone. Symphonic Elk also made an additional video saying that you can get a bonus entry if you put in a little speculation, and rather than making a whole nother video, I thought I'd throw it on as bonus content of this video, I guess. My speculation is this book right here, The Eternals #1. There's some new rumors going around that the Eternals sort of might show up in Phase 4 of Marvel, so definitely a good book to look for, pick up, and it's still pretty affordable, so yeah, that's my speculation book. Anyway, take care again. Hope you're all doing well. See ya.